And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. It is Friday, September 2nd, as we head into a long Labor Day holiday weekend. And for me, it's going to be very fast because of high school football tonight. And, of course, driving out of town to go see family and putting on the big concert tomorrow night at Padrati's Ranch in San Antonio, Texas. If you haven't got your tickets yet, you can visit them at FullCircleMomentsLLC.com or TicketBud.com. Chris Cagle, Andy Griggs, and the Nick Lawrence Band tomorrow night. Doors at 5, concert begins at 6 in San Antonio, Texas. You can still get tickets out there, and ticket sales have been very good. Looking forward to emceeing that tomorrow and just having a good old time with the wife and a date night. We're presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Check them out, easyliquor.com, and our friends at Mitch Max and, of course, Hank Jr. Productions. Couldn't do the show without those guys. Well, this is always a fun thing to get to do because she's one of the most important co-hosts I've ever had here on the show that you guys have been following this for almost 4 years. And she's also a musician and a good one at that. Pleased to welcome in my co-host of the Backstage Pass and, of course, Nashville recording artist in her own right, Kirstie Kraus, to the program. My friend, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
It's a Friday night, so that means football. I'm excited.
Friday of Labor Day. I cannot believe it. It's such a big weekend for sports and music and festivals and kind of closing out summer. So it's like a bittersweet weekend, I feel like, every year. Because in Wisconsin, we're like saying goodbye to summer weather almost,
Yeah. And we're getting rain and mixed of heat and humidity down here in Texas. But yeah, college football weekend, NFL starts next week. So this is going to be a fun, fast-paced weekend, especially with the event coming up tomorrow night in San Antonio. Well, look, I'm going to dive right into it because I've been diving into the deep end of the pool a lot lately. Big album, May 27th. Yes, You Can came out across all the digital platforms. I love the pictures, phenomenal. And yes, we were live on the YouTube channel, and some people were asking today. Yes, the sportsguyspodcast.com has every show up on it. Kirstie can verify that too, including her show right now if you want to go there live and check it out. 11 songs, a lot of known players on there, people that have been guitarists and keyboardists for other big name musicians. Pete Lyman mixed this thing. Tell us all about it because I'm diving right into it.
Yeah, this is my first project. And so I remember when we were deciding what songs were going to be on it, and I was moving to Nashville and we were having all these discussions about this project and sitting down with just starting to demo everything out and being like, wait a second, we have a lot more songs than we can probably even fit on a record here. And so that was the first challenging moment was for me is, there's so many decisions that goes into this, but to pick the songs that kind of all went together. And what's interesting, I've talked about this in other interviews, is each song kind of has its sister song or cousin song. And so there's songs that kind of match up. So like Girlfriend Intervention and Just One More are very like similar vein in the type of song, like almost like they were written back to back, but they weren't. But it's definitely a fun, uplifting record, and I really enjoyed making it.
A lot of fun that too, and I mentioned there that name because for people that don't know, Pete Lyman has done a lot of things, and I remember this, and we've talked about this and to know other musicians here on the program. Thomas Rhett, I believe, Keith Urban, pretty cool to work with someone like that, right?
Oh, yeah. I remember when I got that information that Pete Lyman from Infronic Sounds was going to be mixing the record. I was like, that is awesome. And they were just the utmost professional and did such a great job with it. So, of course he did. I mean, the kind of records that he's been able to work on is incredible. So I'm really lucky that he was on this project.
As far as the lyrics and the writing, do you feel like it was kind of a balance for you to write a lot of them for yourself, or do a mix of co-writes? It was a little bit of both.
It was definitely, I mean, I've always done both. I started off writing by myself when I was 8, and then started doing with a mentor when I was 12, and then started doing co-writes in Nashville at 15. So it was a mixture. There's some songs on there that actually my producer wrote, Thirsty and Moving In, and they were special and specifically written for me to perform and gifts. And I was like, when I heard Thirsty, I was like, okay, well, this just has to be, it has to be on the record. So that one always had a slot for sure. I just knew that I wanted to sing it. And that was very rare. I mean, coming from a community where I write so much to kind of put that aside and be like, well, I'm going to put these songs on there because I like performing them. I believe in them, and I feel like it fits
Mhm.
my thing as an artist. So yeah, it was a mixture of everything.
I like to tell you this, the audience is already engaged too, as I knew they would be. So I'm gonna go out
Hey
to Ray
guys.
and talk to Ray here too as well. Definitely, hey Deborah and
Hey
Henry and everybody
Debbie.
there. Ray's question too, one of my favorite songs on there, which is number 2 on that album. So we talked about that in the
Okay.
past. That one came together pretty well,
Yes.
didn't it?
Yes. Hey Ray. So Bird slid in right at the end. We did not expect Bird. I wrote that with Margaret Essen Chandler and Arkfu, and we were at the kitchen table just jamming out. And I remember thinking, okay, this song is special. It's very unique, and it's exactly the type of music I want to be putting out as far as content and lifting people up, and reminding them that we don't need the negativity. And so I it kind of just was one of the songs I was like, it has to go on the record. We just need
Mhm.
to we need to finish it. We need to put it on there. And so there's a lot of it is electronic drums, and a little bit different production in the instruments, but we made it work and we were able to put it on there.
It's a good one too, no doubt. Keep those comments coming, and we'll get to as many as we can in the comment box over there. I've been seeing these posts and sharing as much as I can over the last few days. Big event coming up, Josie Music Awards. You're right there with it too,
Yes.
because this is phenomenal. Tell us all about this, because you've got several things going on with the Josie Music Awards.
Yes, so in my brain, October 23rd feels like for like way in the future, but it's really not. And the award show is going to be held at the Opry this year. So that means there's at least a percentage of a chance that I could be going on stage and accepting an award at the Opry, which literally that I can't wrap my brain around that, but that would be amazing. And it's the largest independent music awards for independent artists. And this year, last year I was nominated for my music video Thirsty, which
Mhm.
is on the record. This year I'm nominated for female vocalist country and also fashion trailblazer. So I will take it.
Well,
I don't know where that's come from, but I
I
love it.
do. I do. After hanging out with you this year at our big event there at the Omni for CRS, because I saw it every day, and I just
Oh,
wish I could have dressed like you. But Fashion Trailblazer fits the bill. So
thank you for you know what? Because we're talking behind the scenes, backstage pass. I met with a fashion person before that week, and we went through. I brought some pieces over, and then we went through what I was going to wear every day, and I was like, this helps my life so much. So just like, I mean, I don't know if people know that artists do that all the time.
mhm,
And yeah, so we definitely picked out all those outfits in advance.
it worked out for you, and like I said, you just fashionable the whole week we were there, no doubt. A big one coming up too is you've been playing a lot, and it's good to see just artists back on
Yes.
stage doing this. You've had the Yes You Can tour. I mean, hometown festival shows. I've seen you go back and forth to Florida. We've talked off air, through other means of communication of what you're doing. The schedule's been busy for you, and it's just good. I know you love doing it, and I've seen you on stage, and you're very good at it. You know that.
Oh, thank you. I absolutely love it. There's nothing I just love it. And tomorrow is a big hometown show. I'm already in Wisconsin here right now. Tomorrow morning I go into rehearsal at 9 a.m. and then we play at 2:30
Mhm.
at in a festival called the Taste of Madison,
Ooh.
right around the Capitol Square. It's such a beautiful scenery and background, and I get to play full band in my hometown. So I'm super pumped to be able to do that. And there's so many. I'm opening for Drake White coming up September
Mhm.
18th. That's going to be at a baseball field. They're
Hey,
called the Dock Hounds baseball field in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. And
okay.
the field, I went to check it out when I sang the national anthem for them, and it's a beautiful new field sponsored by the Wisconsin Brewing Company. So I was like, cool. And they put a big old stage up last time. Who was there? I think wasn't Riley Green. Oh, it was Brandon Davis was there.
Oh yeah, we've had Brandon. Yep.
Yeah. And he did a fabulous job. And so now they're having myself and Drake White coming up in September 18th.
Ready. Wish I could be there. Just wish I could. Because definitely, I know the weather's going to be great. I'm sure it's just great to have concerts out there, whether it be outdoor or indoor. It's just a festive time of year. Speaking of festivals, you told me about one is JMA Fest in October, and
Yes.
you're doing that one too, right?
Yeah, this is their first so this will be, other than Lynchburg, this will be my first like festival in Tennessee, and the Josie Music Awards is putting it on. And so they asked me, I got an email as a request if I would be a part of the festival. And of course I'm going to say yes. And I was like, awesome. And like you said, I've been playing a lot. Originally I was thinking you meant like playing, because I've been playing the guitar a lot. And so I'm really excited to be able to be at that festival and play, like a solo set with my music. I'm really stoked about that.
Well, Ray, I know what you're saying here because I've gotten to know her for the past 2.5 years. She's been with me. I'm lucky to have her. So thank you for the comments. And yes, and then when you hang out with her, you just find a terrific person inside and out with a very warm heart too at the same time.
Thank you.
So this is big too because Florida, I know is coming up. We have one here in Poteet called the Strawberry Festival, which is just outside of San Antonio. But February of next year is a Strawberry Festival returning back to the state of Florida. Tell us about that a little bit.
Yes, it is. It is confirmed. I'll be back at the Florida Strawberry Festival. They're going on 83 years, I think it will be this year. And it was massive. And I definitely cannot wait to be back there to sing some of my Florida songs and some of the songs from the record and new stuff. And it was such an honor. They were so sweet to me last time I was there. And right when I got off stage, they basically offered for me to return to the festival next year. And I was like, yes. Who doesn't love strawberries? Who doesn't love strawberries?
The one they do there is this one in San Antonio has got a strawberry shortcake, and they just put them on top of the cake and the icing and the whole 9 yards, and it's it's phenomenal. So
there's a that sounds amazing. There's a festival, Banana Pudding Festival in Tennessee, on the same weekend of my birthday. So I feel like that might have to be a 2023 October kind of thing.
We could do some shows from there. Don't get me started with that too. We might just get up there and do some shows, no doubt too. We'll take a quick time out here on the show. More with Kirstie Kraus, of course. If you got any questions, leave them in the margin. I'll get to as many as I can. I want to come back and talk about specifically a couple songs that we have not talked about on the Yes You Can album. And of course, we'll do that here on the other side here right now. Time out here. It is the Backstage Pass live on the YouTube channel. And, of course, the Sports Guys podcast.com. We'll be talking Cowboy football next week, so be on the lookout for that with the voice of the Dallas Cowboys, Brad Sham. And Kirstie and I have a special surprise we're going to get to announce at the end of the show today with a huge guest coming on September 22nd, too, as well. Yes. As we talk about the album and a whole lot more. Quick time out here. Hang tight.
The Bangtail Pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirstie Kraus as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back on the show again. Always love seeing that commercial. It's always fun, no doubt. It was fun to shoot too. Thanks to our friends at Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee for lending that hall out too. Just a great venue there to watch concerts here in Texas. Of course, coming up next week on the show, some good treats. Boomtown Saints are going to come by. Also, a great songwriter in Nashville too. She's got a new project she's working on. Chevy Smith is going to stop by. And we're going to talk some racing next week. Actually, get on the sports side of it a little bit more with a terrific race car driver, Taylor Ferns, on Tuesday of next week. Remember, no shows Monday because of the Labor Day holiday weekend. Back here with, we got the holiday coming up. Yeah, Monday. So,
I should have you. So you're going to interview a race car driver? I should have you
we're gonna
interview
do that.
my cousin.
Taylor Ferns is coming in next week. She's on the ARCA circuit, ARCA, race car driver, tremendous driver. Got backed by a number of different sponsors out there, and definitely just looking forward to putting a different spin on the backstage pass. So if you'd like to join me, you feel free to come on that program.
Yeah, I'm going to message you about a future guest too, because he's named NASCAR Next. He's in the truck series, and literally anybody who follows racing knows him because he used to do the car series too. So it's only a matter of time before. I mean, he was at the Daytona 500, the whole thing. We're very proud.
I'm always up for, like I said, variety is the spice of life here on this program. So definitely we love doing that. I wanted to ask you about this one too, because you co-wrote a song. Your friends, I believe, Waylon, you told me about this, and you're going to perform it this weekend. Tell us all about this, because this is exciting for you, but to co-write this and then see your friends can perform it too at the same time. And I'm sure if I can get out to the show, fans are going to love it this weekend, right?
Yes, they perform right after me at the Taste of Madison, and they have been long time coming to Madison and Wisconsin in general, I think for like 10 years. And so I met them probably 10 years ago, and the first song we wrote together was recently, and now I guess they're playing it all the time as their opener. And they invited me out to their single release party in Nashville, and I'm so glad I came because they surprised me and played that song live. And I had a feeling based on their introduction. So I just kind of started putting my video camera up, and I was like, maybe they will. And sure enough, it was the song. And so I feel like this time I'll be able to just like not videotape. I'll just be able to soak it in, and they'll be at, a big hometown festival singing the song that we co-wrote called Back Up North. So I'm super excited. They're releasing a ton of music, and I'm just big fans of them.
And Deborah echoes those sentiments right there too. With North is awesome. So she says that too. It's also definitely good stuff. You just got so many accomplishments. I always knew when I first met you it was going to be. I'm not surprised. All these great things that are happening. All right, tell me about one from the Yes You Can album that really caught my attention. And this is the first time I've asked you about this one. Girlfriend Intervention.
Yeah. The first time I performed that song live, the people that I wrote that song about, it was a very true story. They were in the audience, so it was kind of really awkward. Like I was like, "Don't look over there," because I feel like I might. I don't know if I was gonna laugh or my reaction. I was just like, stay focused. But it was one of those things. Like, unfortunate matters happened, and we were trying to move her stuff out of her place, and then the next day I drove down to Nashville and was in a co-write, and I was like, dude, you're not going to believe this. We need to write about it. And so it's got this like funky bluesy, but it's like this country top line, and top line meaning melody and lyrics, and just unique. And it's just like, he'll come home to an empty house because we moved all the crap out.
Well, I know you love one of my favorite towns, and we got to go down there for the award show, writers festivals, whatever. I love Key West so much, and I just think about fishing down there too. But the Trop Rock Music Awards song of the year was Bird, and I believe you told me single was Something New as well. November, this is coming up, and every time I talk to you, I just get jealous because you're 5 times in Key West?
Yes.
Like that.
This will be my 5th time. From May to May last year, there was 4 times.
Wow.
May, November, January, May. For the Key West Songwriters Festival, and then last year for the Meeting of the Minds, which is the Parrot Heads that get together. Parrot Heads are people who, flock around Jimmy Buffett, and they have it's a whole world. And the people are what really keep drawing me back. Is they are so present and friendly and everything, just everything. And they're just there to have a good time in their life. They're at a point in their life where they just want to have a good time. And I'm about that. So I've been writing so many Florida songs, and to have the Florida songs I have not recorded yet, but I keep performing all of them. But to have them acknowledge songs on this record, my debut record, and have 2 nominations for the Trap Rock Music Awards is like, I love it. They're so welcoming. I am so honored and pumped to go back down there.
I know Ray's leaving that comment here. I gotta put this up because it made
What
me
does
laugh.
that mean?
He said,
My
which
old
is
favorite-
I mean, Jimmy Johnson. If he's talking about the Jimmy Johnson who was, I'm guessing, the head coach, he's talking about, I guess, Ray is from Florida. I'm guessing Jimmy Johnson did coach at the U in Miami, which is
Okay.
right outside. Of course, got to say right outside. Key West, still about a 4-hour drive from Miami. But and then, of course, the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, he's got a nice fishing boat there, Ray. I've seen it on Fox Sports when he was an analyst on the NFL games. He's still doing that, so he'll brag about his boat. Let me ask you about this one because this was toward the end of the album, which was Just One More, which I thought was another fantastic tune that was included in the Yes You Can album. Tell us all about that one.
Yeah, that one was so much fun to write. It was actually, I wrote it by request. There was a specific bar that I used to go to with my band, Thirsty Jones. And after we would, when I was in the Midwest and performing with Thirsty Jones, and we performed at this bar called Off the Hook in Indian Ford, Wisconsin. It's not even open anymore. But some of these regulars at the bar, they were like, "Can you write a song about going up to the bar and asking for just one more?" Like, or being like, I got time for one more. Like, sure, give me one more. You know, like they're like, can you just write a song like that? And so I was up for the challenge, and I went and tried to capture as many things about that bar and everything that I like soaked in and experienced. And then I realized, okay, this is probably relatable to a lot of other small town bars. But I still refer it as like my song that I always make sure to sing when I go up to Wisconsin, and just because it reminds me of my roots and the kind of places that I used to play in.
I know you like a variety of things out there. You're fun to hang out with. You've been a great just asset to what I'm doing here on this show and the future of this. You're a hell of an artist. Yeah, I'm going to pump you up because I've gotten to know you and we've gotten to spend time together when it comes to being there in Nashville, just loving Music City. And I did not want to come back to Texas, but I remember, I think I asked you this question, we were there, but probably forgotten the answer since then or slept since then. You're good at all 3 of them, but what do you enjoy most when it comes to recording, writing, or performing?
I feel like a lot of times people enjoy what comes the most. I don't know. I just feel like I've performed more than any of those other activities. I've way beyond my 10,000 hours. I started performing on stage when I was 4, and then, and even before that on like non-stages. But so I think that's my favorite because the space that I go into is all just pure joy and happiness. Where if I'm in a co-write, I'm in an amazing space, but I'm also like with other people and we're thinking as well. And so, yeah, I feel like I don't feel pressure. Like in the studio, I feel a lot of pressure to be perfect. Like I am anal about every little thing and it's gotta be perfect. But on stage, it's just something that magical happens. I step into it and I couldn't tell you what I said, how I moved. I couldn't tell you anything. Like oftentimes I'm watching it back and realizing what I did the first time. Again, so yeah, it's a special thing.
Well,
I would have to say performing.
I didn't mean to cut you off there. I want to share this story with you because I remember she comes on about 2 weeks ago and there's a connect of the dots, what I'm going to do here. So the audience, please stay with me. The artist I'm talking about is Jessie G. And she was on this program, and I can't remember if it was out in the middle of nowhere. She was, I don't know, we could get ready to perform or something like that. Anyway, she did a show with us beforehand, and I can't remember if it was a promoter. Somebody was tuning in from Scotland or somewhere over in Europe and found her, and she got the connection of information to go perform on there. In fact, she announced it on their show. We have it on tape. Then she went over there the next week, thanks to the platform here, and was performing. And where I'm going with this to connect the dots is one of your big dreams, I know, is to get over to Europe and do this in the UK, where most country artists are going now. How big of a life just moment or feeling or dream is that?
I think that is my next thing to tackle is I've already been taking notes about all the festivals over there and asking my friends, being like, do you know these people? And I feel like every co-write I'm in, I'm bringing it up. Like, do you know people in the UK? Audra McLaughlin plays over there, and various artists that have used booking agents to go over there, and just been taking those names, and I'm excited to. I do tell my mom. She commented. She talks about the UK a lot. I just can't wait to go over there, and there's a different level of appreciation for music, and they have a longer attention span than Americans. It's just that's facts. So they love watching videos. I've seen many comments from them, and I feel like I've genuinely been able to have connections with people over there, even though I don't live over there, which is so cool.
Well, and that's what if somebody's out there right now, a promoter or somebody that we get the information to you, don't worry, book her. And I can help with that too. So just call me or do whatever we got to do, and we'll put it all together. If we made it happen for Jesse G out of the blue, we didn't plan that. We're planning this. So
yeah,
if you know somebody over there that's a booker for any of the entertainment or music festivals or big events, call us. We can definitely put that together. No doubt.
Yes.
All right. As we wrap up, I'm going to throw it right back at you. Here we come. Rapid fire. Let's do this. Most recent song you listened to in your car. Doesn't have to be country. It could be anything. What was it?
Well, in my car.
In your car.
I was listening. I could probably tell. Yeah, I was listening. So we just drove up here from Nashville, and my mom was with me, and so I was making sure to play some songs for her, and I think it was "Don't Go Breaking My Heart."
Hey, okay. All right.
With Elton John. Yeah, but just on my phone, I am definitely listening to John Party's new album that just came out. I don't know if anybody else is, but it's happening.
That's a good one too. And I'm gonna play this game with you, so I'm gonna go right back at it. For me, it was the guest we had a couple of days ago, Alana Springsteen, and it's starting to. Yeah, it's pretty good there too. So I hadn't turned yours and hers. I hadn't turned them both off. They've been just interjecting with both and kind of in and out and playing the whole thing. And I listened to the whole thing. I listened to the songs that have highly requested. I'm going through the whole thing on my playlist. So
nice.
And I have a long drive tomorrow too. So there's yours, Parties, and Alana Springsteen in some form or fashion there. So it's been a good thing too. Let's have fun with this one. Because I remember asking you this when I was there. Dream car. If you won the lottery, where would you go buy your car? What would you get for Kirstie?
So I'm not much of a car person, but there's something about a Mitsubishi Eclipse that I like, and probably in some sort of green.
Okay, I was going to say color, so green. Yeah, could see that when it comes down to it. Let's do this because I did have sushi when I was there, but is there a good sushi restaurant we need to attack when I get back there in March of next year?
Virago, I finally was able to try last week. I don't know, all the days kind of run together, but it was really good. And even just the sashimi, like the regular with the rice and the sushi over just like a piece of salmon or a piece of tuna, it was really good. Yeah, very fresh.
I like that too. So we'll put that on the list for 2023 when I come back with you. We do that. Last movie or short series you got to sit down and actually watch all the way through? I'm doing some different stuff.
This is funny. I have this like weird obsession with like high school drama love movie, like chick flicks ultimate. And I watched After We Fell.
Okay.
On Netflix. Don't check it out. It's not for It's definitely not for you.
Okay.
It's literally just for people who are into stupid ass drama.
You know me too well. That's not something I'll be checking out. So I'll take your advice on that too. It'll be good.
Skip it.
I love this, Ray, and this is how I love this. Yeah, C to C, baby. There we go.
So
Let's
much
trend it, get it going,
fun.
and
Yes.
your mom, I just love. She does so much too out there too. So yeah, we'd love to make it happen. We
She's the
did for Jesse
best.
G out of nowhere. So you never know who's listening or who's watching
Yeah.
out there too. So, well, I tell you what, best of luck with the music festival, the performances this weekend.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all the award nominations in the categories, and I am just so happy to have you on this platform, and so happy to see you doing well as an artist out there. And just thanks for making this boy's dream from Texas come true. And you just keep kicking ass and taking names as an artist. You know that.
Same for you. I mean, this platform, the amount of names that we've been able to have on the Backstage Pass. There are so many podcasts out there that would kill to have guests that we're able to speak to on a weekly basis. It's a regular thing now, and that is not possible because of your hard work. Like, that wouldn't have been possible without your hard work. So it's really tremendous, the people that you get to talk to and help celebrate them releasing music, and I'm just thankful to be on here today to talk about the record, because it's there's so many amazing guests, and we talked to Chris Cagle last week together. So really cool.
Yeah, and it's always fun. And I'm going to go ahead and announce this too, because you're going to be with me on a couple of these. We tracked her down of her busy schedule, but Caitlin Smith is coming back here very soon. One we can announce is Miss Megan Patrick, September 22nd. So
Awesome.
look out for that.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Kirstie with me. She's blowing up there. Both those ladies are. And yeah, it's going to be a night of great country music. And over the next few weeks, with performances coming back, and of course all the live shows. And I'm just so glad to work with you, Nick, and CJ here on the broadcast. We get to have a lot of fun. You're right. Get to talk to a lot of terrific people. And I tell you what, you have a great night. I know the shows are coming up this week. So if you're in the area, folks, get those tickets. Follow her on socials out there. Go subscribe to us at the Backstage Pass on socials. And I was hoping to get a nap today, but I'm not going to, because here in about
You're so
3
excited.
hours, I'm calling a football game. So I'm going shifting over to football.
The Badgers play today, just saying.
Yeah, the Wisconsin Badgers.
You guys can also order the record online at KirstieKraus.com, and you get yourself a hand copy right here to your door. Just like that. I will sign it, all the things.
I've got the record, and she did sign it for me, just in case people
Yay.
want to know that. Yes, which is great out there. So make sure you go KirstieKraus.com, order the record if you haven't already, or download wherever you stream out there. And hey, the best part is we get to have the long weekend. We're back on Tuesday, and Taylor Ferns used to join us on Tuesday at 4 o'clock, ARCA race car driver. And I look forward to catching up with you sometime next week on a broadcast. And hey, I'm just glad we could set this up and talk about the album and get everything, just what we wanted to talk about, all the talking points. And just thank you for being with me as always, and taking this ride with me.
Me too. Thank you for helping me celebrate this project. I so appreciate it.
You're always welcome, no doubt. Platform to stand on here is the Backstage Pass. Of course, looking for football tonight, Wisconsin, and a whole lot of other football games. College, A&M, Texas play tomorrow, which are not cupcake games, so just be on the lookout for that. And, of course, high school football will be broadcasting our partners at CajunCountryRadio.com. It'll be the Santa Fe Indians, the Vider Pirates tonight, about 7:30's kickoff. Yours truly, Robbie Lynn and Kevin Mercado at Pirate Stadium. So looking forward to that. And I'll get in bed by midnight tonight, but not complaining, because it's always a good thing. Don, Deborah, Lori, Ray, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the work of the sponsors.
Yes, thank you.
We'll talk to you guys next week, Tuesday. Taylor Ferns on the Backstage Pass. We get to wind them up, start them up, and talked about fast race cars. Tough job.
Yes.
Yeah, tough job. We'll see you
Happy
guys.
Labor Day weekend.
And great Labor Day weekend coming up. You guys be safe. And, of course, don't drink too much. Whatever you do, do it safe. We'll talk to you soon next week on the Backstage Pass. Until then, safe travels and Godspeed.